These are not churches. These people are trafficking children. These people are kidnapping children. We cannot allow these so-called fake churches to lie to us and pretend that they're churches while they know they're busy trafficking girls, they're busy trafficking young children. We cannot allow this rubbish. Let me not take too long, but let me play you this video clip of one of our sisters who's also concerned. We need to be concerned about what's happening in our country of it. We cannot sit and allow this criminality to continue in front of our faces, because this thing, it's happening in front of us, our feet. We cannot allow these things to happen. You have seen these people in your community. It is time for you guys, wherever you are, in the community, wherever you are, to organize each other and stop this nonsense. But let me not talk too much. Let me play you this video clip. There's a couple of video clips that I'm going to play you, Afetu. So please watch this video from the beginning to the end. Don't skip anything. Just watch this video until to the end. But let me play you one of our sisters who's also concerned about what's happening in our country. But watch this first clip of it.
Hey guys, I don't know if you guys have come across these particular videos, right, of the churches that are taking place, in open areas and in bushes and top of mountains or cliffs and so forth, right? So there was a raid that took place in Ashbridgeville in particular of various of these churches. And let me tell you, what they found was the most sickening, the most frightening of things. They arrived at one of the churches and people started running. Then they found what looked like a shrine. It had a man's underwear, it had his hair, it had his shoe, and it was being burnt. Right next to it was written, "Don't stop paying my rent." Okay, then they went to another church, this being one of them. They got there, people are busy praying. This is actually a show that's going to be shown on Moja Love, by the way, okay? So they were busy raiding all of these shows. They actually took this particular minister to the police station. He had people's names, name and surname written down with the request from whoever. So for instance, it would say, Linda Oliphant, Akuvalu, right? And then have another person's name and surname, and then say Azangazali, those kinds of things. Guys, the more they opened it up and were reading it, I think they then started to realize that, we actually just can't call out these people's names and surnames. But there's more. There's also a shrine that they have. And there's a clay-like kind of bowl that has blood that is there. Okay, every church that they went to had a different thing with obviously a bishop, a minister, or whatever they call them. There was the one where they had a doll that had a different red strings, and as you opened up the strings, it had people's names that were in there. Well, guys, when I tell you, I was just I don't know. I don't even know if gobsmacked is the right word to use. But, over and above that, our government has got to stand up and do something. In Rwanda, they shut down more than 6,000 churches because they just had enough of this nonsense. And I think the time has come that if you do not have a degree or a master's in theology, you cannot have a church. You can't be a minister. You can't be ministering to people because what the hell are you talking about? This right here is not even a church. This is just pure witchcraft. And it's all taking place, on our background, on our yards, with our names that are being called out for God knows what reason. Please go and have a look at these videos. Go and check them out. There are a few of them. Ningazibhaqa ke kubizwa amagama enu apha sothi sihleli nje siyathandaza oko sicela uba makuvulwe indlela kanti kunabantu ngaphayana babiza namagama ethu over pots of blood. I am not even nauseated. I just don't know how we got to where we are. Obviously, government, this is the least of their problems when they've busy got the Madlanga.
South Africa. The law enforcement, they see these people every day. They pass these people on the side of the road, but they do nothing. It is up to us as a citizen of this country to stop these people what they're doing. they must go do this rubbish in their own country. We should not allow this nonsense in our country. We should not be allowing this rubbish to happen in our country. We should not allow it, Wafit. We should come out, defend our country, kick these people out. And we are warning on these Zimbabweans who have these cults, churches, who are claiming these are churches. These are not churches. These are cults. These are cults. These are not churches. BALOYI, batuba. BALOYA. And we are allowing this rubbish to happen in our country. We should not be allowing this nonsense to be happening in our country, South Africa. We need to stop these people. As soon as yesterday, we cannot sit here and allow this nonsense to happen in our country. We need to stop these people, and we're calling on our law enforcement to go arrest these people and deport them out of our country, because by faith, they're going all over. There's no town, they're not there. There is no city, they're not there. There's no village that they're not there. We cannot allow this rubbish. But I want to play you this next clip. I want you to watch this next clip about these same churches or the same cult. It's not. Why am I even calling them churches? They're not churches. This same cult who's busy kidnapping children there in Zimbabwe where they're coming from. So these cults are busy kidnapping children. We should call them who they are. They're trafficking children in our own country. You go to these churches, you will see a lot of children. And you look at those women, they cannot give birth to those children. Where do they get the children that they're having? You can see all of them, they're old, but they're having children. Where do they get the children? Where do they get the children? Because every church is full of these kids. Where do they get these kids? So we are calling on the law enforcement to move in there and remove these cult people out of our country. But let me play you this next clip. Watch this next clip. If you think I'm lying.
Almost 250 children without birth certificates have been rescued from a life of child labour in a cult in Zimbabwe. Self-proclaimed prophet and cult leader Ishmael has been arrested for crimes including the abuse of minors. His cult has more than 1,000 members, staying in a compound which police raided earlier this week. They found 16 graves at the site, including 7 children whose deaths hadn't even been registered. In fact, out of the 251 children in the cult, 246 had no birth certificates. Instead of being educated like other kids their age, they were being used for cheap labour, doing physical work on the compound. It's not clear where they've now been taken, but as they were loaded onto buses to leave the compound, one woman shouted, "Why are they taking our children? We are comfortable here. We don't have a problem here." Zimbabwe is a deeply religious country, with 84% of the population being Christians, split into 3 sects. Small minorities of these sects are subject to religious fanaticism or religious extremism. Believers in the cult describe the compound as their promised land, where they get rules directly from God on how to enter heaven.
South Africa. These are the same cults that we have in this country. I don't know why I'm keep on calling these people churches. They're not churches, they're cults. They're criminals. We should call them who they are. Look what they're doing there in their own country. What do you think they're doing in our country with these cults, churches in our country? We cannot sit and watch these people. They're criminals. They must leave our country. South Africa, we cannot sit and allow these things. We cannot sit and allow criminals to do what they're doing in our country. Trafficking children, kidnapping children, bringing them in our country. And our government is doing nothing. The government is doing nothing, and we should call out on this government to act on this nonsense that is happening in our country. You see these people everywhere you go. They're on the side of the road, in the bushes, in the mountains. Go get these criminals out of our country. They hijack our land. There's no land that they own. They just get an open space and they hijack the land. And our government is doing nothing. That's how even apartheid started. We allow criminals to come to our country and take over our land. We cannot sit here and think this is fine. It is not fine. We are failing the future of our children. If we sit and do nothing, we are failing the future of this country. We are failing the future of our children. We cannot sit and watch these people hijack our land, kidnap children, bring them in our country wherever they get them. Our country is going in front of us. And when this country is finished and dead, we must blame ourselves. We must blame ourselves. If this country get destroyed in front of us, we would have done nothing. It is not only them. We are fighting with this nonsense AfriForum spreading nonsense about our country when our country is getting destroyed.